and welcome to the weekly show at home. I know this used to be just a midweek thing, but we're all in this together. So just like the living room on Sunday nights is for everybody, this is for everybody as well. It's going to be different. We're going to do things a little bit differently than you may be used to, but this is new times. This is different times, and so hopefully you can track right along with us. We're going to do this in segments. So our first segment tonight is something we're calling Quarantine Updates, and our guest is none other than my friend and yours, Mr. Isaac Gonzalez. So Isaac, welcome to the first ever weekly show at home. You're the first guest.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me on the weekly show. Really excited to be here. First guest ever, so that's pretty high.
Yeah, the very first guest.
I'm excited to tell you guys about all the stuff that we have going on, and Nick can help me out here. But starting on Mondays, we have our very own Quarantine Thoughts, which is a series on Instagram. So make sure you're following our Instagram. WCCSM should pop up down here somewhere. But we're right now in the midst of our Mentee edition, so check that out. Super cool. Just getting some thoughts from different people. Yeah, Mondays.
Tuesdays we are going live in the afternoon on our Instagram, calling it Alone Together Live. It's been really fun getting to have people join, talk to see what people are doing during quarantine, and hopefully you can join us there. That's on Instagram as well.
And then on Wednesdays, we have our Worship Wednesdays. So follow our Spotify playlist and subscribe to our student ministry account so that you can listen in on all of the worship songs that we're listening to. Every week we're adding new songs. It's really fun. And a brand new thing that we're doing on Wednesdays is this right here, the thing that you're watching. So for the first time in my life, I can say smash like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any content that we have coming up.
That's right. Thursdays, we head right back to Instagram for some quarantivities. Maybe you saw us recreate the artwork. We've done the Quarant Tricks videos. We're doing something different each week that hopefully you can engage with or join and be a part of with that. But Thursdays on Instagram, Quarantivities.
And then Fridays, we're kicking off the weekend, I guess, with some Quarant Trivia, which has been really fun, and we do that through Zoom. So if you don't follow our text list and you're in high school, text HS Student to 41411. If you're in middle school, text MS Student to 41411. Join our list. We send out a link to our Zoom page so that you guys can play some Quarant Trivia with us. And also go back to Instagram after that and drop us some prayer requests. Whatever you're praying about, we want to pray for you on Saturday, where we dedicate some time to do that. And then rounding out the week on Sunday, Nick, what do we got?
Sundays, Sunday mornings, we've got church, right? Coming to you from the big church. We're all in church together here. But then Sunday nights on here, right on here on YouTube. Again, smash subscribe, smash like, hit the bell. We have virtual living room for everyone coming to you Sunday nights. Hopefully you can engage in with that and meet with your small groups afterwards or a different day of the week. We're hoping that you are doing that well. We've also got on an unknown day coming. Isaac, what do we have coming on an unknown day?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We have Wake Up Williamsburg, the podcast, coming your way, where Nick and I are going to explore different topics and balance that with scripture and the Bible. So really excited for that. Stay on the lookout.
Yeah, so obviously we've got a lot of stuff going on. Isaac, thanks for coming on and talking about it with us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. Peace.
Peace. So guys, there's a saying in showbiz that I really like that goes, 10 for them, 1 for us. I actually don't know how common a saying that is, but I like to use it, and sometimes the 1 for us lines up with something that the people like, and sometimes it doesn't. But it's been a long time since I've gotten to do some of the classic midweek videos. So for the next few weeks, while we're doing the weekly show at home, we're going to be having a segment that I'm calling 1 for Us, which are just some of the midweek favorites that I miss doing. Today, we are going to do a classic on Wall Drop's recommendation. You know it, I know it, we all love it. Midweek Connections. So for those unfamiliar, midweek connections, here are the rules. The goal of the connections is simple. Start somewhere random, and through the use of brain power and Wikipedia, get back to midweek, because as anyone who has ever seen a connection segment can tell you, everything, and yes, I mean everything, can be traced back to midweek. And so maybe if you saw on Instagram, I put out a call for help, and so I got some great answers, but I just pulled 2 for this time. And so this first starting point comes from Lane Mills, And there's a lot of people who'd put this one, but I picked Lane's because that's the one I saw first. So Lane, thanks for giving us our first starting point, and it is, as you probably heard, the coronavirus. So away we go. Coronavirus is actually the name covering a large family of viruses ranging from the common cold to more severe diseases like the one that I think this was meant to be, properly named COVID-19. 19 is the 8th prime number and also the name of the first album by popular recording artist Adele. Adele's full name is Adele Laurie Blue Adkins, giving her 4 names in total, making her a member of what I like to call the illustrious Quattro Club, or CC for short. CC is a homophone for the name CC, who is the daughter of Jim and Pam on the TV show The Office. The Office is a mockumentary sitcom which is based on the British version, which has the same name. The British Office ran for 2 series, which is British for seasons, and only had 12 total episodes plus 3 specials. 12 episodes plus 3 specials is 12 plus 3 equals 15. Today's the 15th day of April, where we initially airing this episode of the weekly show at home, and if we weren't on a stay-at-home orders from the governor, we would be having what? Midweek. Boom. Connections. Next one is a little heavy of a start. So this one I picked just the most random one I got, and this comes from Caitlin Williams, who gave a person for us to start with. And this is a person, to my knowledge, who never came to midweek, so I didn't. This was we had to go roundabout. But the starting point for this is James Roday. So James Roday was the star of the incredible TV show Psych. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. Alongside a personal favorite of mine, Dule Hill. Dule Hill was also in a show I love, The West Wing, and before acting was a professional tap dancer. Tap dancing is thought to have begun from minstrel shows in the mid-1800s. Something else that happened in the mid-1800s, the exact middle of the 1800s actually, in 1850, Millard Fillmore became the President of the United States. Zachary Taylor was the 12th president of the United States, and he died giving rise to Millard Fillmore's presidency. And Zachary Taylor, the 12th president, was born in Barboursville, Virginia. Virginia was the 10th state admitted to the Union. Speaking of 10th, the 10th letter of the alphabet is J, and J is the first letter of the word jabroni, which is a wrestling term popularized by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now, The Rock was actually featured on the 2016 North Carolina missions trip t-shirt because we used to go to a place called Sliding Rock. Get it? Sliding Rock is located in the Pisgah Forest in North Carolina. Now, Pisgah Forest is 2 words that totals 12 letters in length. Now, 12 divided by 2 is 6. And we have had 6 whats so far this year in 2020? That is right, 6 midweeks. Connections. Boom. There you have it, midweek connections. One for me. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Now, segment 3 is actually one that we're going to hopefully do every week. It's called The Guest of the Week. And so let me know if you want to be on this. I'm open. But for this first week, we have 2 special guests, and I'll let them introduce themselves. So take it away. Here we go. Guest of the Week. Today we have our first guests of the week here, Jace and Kaylee Laska. Guys, how are you doing?
Good.
I'm good. Staying busy for the most part.
Staying busy. That's exactly why you're on the call. We wanted to hear what you were staying busy doing. So what have you guys been up to? I heard there's some big things in cooking up in the kitchen, if you will.
Yeah, we've been baking a lot. That's been the main part of quarantine, is baking a ton, which has been super fun. And we're doing it together, so that's even more.
Little sibling bonding. How nice.
Yeah. There's only been a few fights, so
that's good. What kind of roles do you take in the kitchen? I heard Jace is doing big stuff.
Yeah. Jace is more like the side
person that does the majority of the work and doesn't get any of the credit.
And then I really hold up the team, you know.
Like all the pictures.
I do. I take all the pictures. I decorate. If he had to, he's good at baking, but he is not good at decorating.
That's not that I'm bad at. You just don't let me do it at all.
No. I don't even want to see what it would look like. So.
That's awesome. You mentioned pictures. Are you putting these pictures up somewhere? Is there somewhere we can check out your baking as well?
Yep. I have an Instagram called Baked.Laska. That took me a minute. So yeah, it's based off of a dessert named Baked Alaska. So
works perfect. And let's just assume that Waldrop just threw some pictures up there and probably put your the Instagram tag up on the thing, because that's what he does, the editing genius. Guys, I'm glad to hear that you've been staying busy during quarantine. It's pretty fun. And can you make stuff for us? Will you make on demand?
Actually, Nick, I was gonna bake you a cake, but then I was like, he kind of lives in Richmond. Like, that's kind of far. Like,
It's true. I don't know if you can mail cakes through the USPS.
I don't think so. Maybe like a fruit cake, but those are really gross. So
I'm not.
Yeah, don't send me a fruit cake.
Maybe if I'm mad at you, I'll send you a fruit cake.
That's fair. That seems fair. Well, guys, thanks for being our first ever guest of the week. Make sure to all of you people watching that you follow their Instagram account and get some ideas if you wanted to bake at home yourself. Thanks, guys. See you later.
Wow.
And finally tonight, small groups. Normally this is where I would be setting up small groups for midweek, but since we're not at midweek, rest in peace. What I wanted to do was talk about something that I've been thinking about for a little bit, and that is something that we've been talking about as a staff as well. And then, funnily enough, it is small groups. We know it's hard and can be unpredictable or uncomfortable or inconvenient even to have small groups in general. But now it can feel downright impossible with us all in our homes, kind of figure out what life looks like right now. And what I want to talk to you about briefly tonight is one of my favorite passages from the Gospels, which comes from Matthew chapter 18, verse 20, and just says, "For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am among them." And the thing I wanted to look at here is that word gathered. The word gathered means to bring together and take in from scattered places and sources. Bring together and take in from scattered places. When have we ever been more scattered than we are right now? But when has it been easier for us to come together from a distance, from a scattered position? We have FaceTime, we have Zoom, house parties, Skype, probably a zillion other apps or websites that I'm not cool enough to even know about, that you can use to get together as a small group. And so this week, I just want to land on this. We need to gather together. Even if we're just catching up, even if it's just a quick prayer, even if we don't have a list of questions to go through, it is important to gather in his name. Because like Jesus said in Matthew 18, verse 20, when we are gathered in his name, he is there among us. I think if I've learned anything about being quarantined in our homes in the time of a global pandemic, is that we need Jesus now, we needed Jesus before, and we are still going to need Jesus when everything gets back to normal. So let's gather any and every way we can. That's my challenge to you this week. Hopefully that you've seen our virtual living room from last Sunday. We're going to have another one this Sunday. Like I said earlier, that's not just for high schoolers. It's for everybody, students 6th through 12th grade, or even if you're just watching this because it's something to get some Jesus from. We're glad you are doing that. And hopefully you can meet after that video, find a time with your small groups. Leaders hopefully are getting a text from me at some point this week to try to set something up with all of the middle school small groups. And I know Isaac's doing the same with the high school small groups. So thanks for watching the weekly show at home. Thanks to Isaac and Kaylee and Jace for coming on. Please reach out if you want to be a guest in the future. My number is right here. I'll have Waldrop put it on the screen. I'm not afraid. So hit me up. See you next week. Don't forget to check out our Instagram. That's here too. And we have trivia on Friday, living rooms coming on YouTube. We got a ton of stuff going out there. Hopefully you're engaging with it, enjoying it. We'll see you next time. Peace.